TMZ Live, Harvey Levin here.
Charles here.
Okay, here's what's going on with Diddy. So the court actually adjourned early today, and there are 45 prospective jurors. Now, what happens is the next step is that each side gets a certain number where they can just say, we don't want him.
A key witness against Diddy has vanished just days before the trial begins. Prosecutors admit they can't even reach victim 3, the woman who was set to deliver explosive testimony about how Diddy allegedly forced her into sexual acts. This bombshell development could completely derail the prosecution's case against the music mogul, with jury selection already underway and opening statements scheduled for May 12th. The prosecution is scrambling, even considering enforcing a subpoena to get this critical witness in the courtroom. The woman prosecutors call Victim 3 isn't just another name on the witness list. She's potentially the star witness who could bring Diddy's empire crashing down. Court documents reveal this mysterious woman was ready to share dark, disturbing details about how the music mogul allegedly forced her into sexual acts against her will. Her testimony doesn't just repeat what other witnesses might say. It contains specific details about Diddy's alleged coercion tactics that nobody else can provide. The prosecutors dropped a bombshell during jury selection that sent shockwaves through the courthouse. They straight up admitted they can't reach victim 3 or even her lawyer. Even more suspicious, her attorney is dealing with some kind of mysterious personal issues that nobody's explaining. The whole situation reeks of something fishy going on behind the scenes. Making matters worse, this critical witness doesn't even live in the area. This isn't someone prosecutors can quickly track down with a local search. They're literally running out of options as the clock keeps ticking toward trial. Every passing day makes it less likely they'll get her crucial testimony before the jury. The prosecution has been banking on this testimony for months. According to court documents, Victim 3 was prepared to reveal what prosecutors describe as very personal and explosive details about the abuse she allegedly suffered under Diddy. These weren't just minor accusations, they were expected to be the kind of bombshell revelations that would leave the jury shocked and the defense team scrambling. The timing couldn't possibly be worse for the prosecution. Jury selection is already happening right now. Opening statements are locked in for May 12th. The entire trial schedule is moving forward whether this key witness shows up or not. Prosecutors built their case expecting to present a parade of victims, telling similar stories, creating a pattern the jury couldn't ignore. Now there's a massive hole in their strategy. The prosecution team is getting desperate. They're considering enforcing a subpoena to force her appearance, but even that's no guarantee she'll show up. If she's intentionally avoiding testifying, a subpoena might just be a piece of paper she chooses to ignore. And if she's truly unreachable, all the legal documents in the world won't put her on the witness stand. What makes Victim 3's testimony so crucial is how it directly connects to the sex trafficking charges that could put Diddy behind bars for life. While other witnesses can speak about various aspects of the case, prosecutors believe Victim 3 would provide the direct evidence of coercion that forms the backbone of the trafficking allegations. Without her testimony, there's a gap in the evidence that the defense will definitely exploit. The prosecution needs to prove Diddy used force, fraud, or coercion to traffic women for sexual activity. That's exactly what Victim 3's testimony was supposed to establish with specifics that other witnesses simply don't have. Her account would potentially fill critical gaps in the prosecution's story about how Diddy allegedly operated his so-called criminal enterprise. Diddy's high-powered defense team isn't sitting back quietly during all this drama. They've demanded the prosecution provide answers by May 9 about whether this witness will appear. This creates a ticking clock scenario that puts enormous pressure on prosecutors who are frantically trying to locate their missing star witness. May 9th isn't just any random date, it's strategically important. It gives the defense team time to adjust their strategy before opening statements if Victim 3 isn't going to testify. They want to know exactly what evidence they'll need to counter, and right now, that picture is frustratingly incomplete for both sides. If the prosecution can't produce this witness, they'll need to completely rethink their approach to the case. The narrative they planned to present to the jury had victim 3's testimony as a cornerstone. Without it, they might struggle to connect certain dots that are essential for proving the most serious charges. The search for victim 3 continues behind the scenes as both legal teams prepare for what's shaping up to be one of the most closely watched celebrity trials in years. For prosecutors, finding this witness has become mission critical. For Diddy's team, her absence might be the first major crack in the case against their client. With May 9th rapidly approaching, the pressure is mounting for prosecutors, who know that without victim 3, their carefully constructed case against one of music's biggest names suddenly looks much more vulnerable. Now there's a gaping hole in their story. Prosecutors built their case like a puzzle, with each witness providing specific pieces that would eventually form a damning picture of how Diddy allegedly ran his criminal enterprise. Without victim 3, a crucial section of that puzzle is missing, and it's not something they can easily replace. The prosecution still has 3 other alleged victims ready to testify, including Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. But here's the problem. Each witness was carefully selected to establish different elements of the case. Victim 3 wasn't just another accuser. Her testimony contained specific details about coercion tactics that prosecutors desperately need to prove the most serious charges. Diddy's defense team isn't wasting this golden opportunity. They're already laying groundwork to undermine Cassie's testimony by portraying their relationship as mutually violent. Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has stated plainly, "I think we're probably going to refer to that as domestic violence." This strategy aims to paint Cassie not as a victim, but as an equal participant in a toxic relationship. If jurors buy this argument, another key prosecution witness loses credibility. The stakes in this trial couldn't possibly be higher for the music mogul. The charges, racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution, aren't just career-ending. They carry potential life sentences. The indictment specifically alleges that Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires. Without victim 3's testimony directly supporting these allegations, prosecutors face an uphill battle, proving these elements beyond reasonable doubt. With opening statements just days away, the prosecution team is scrambling. They've spent months preparing a narrative that included victim 3's explosive testimony. Now they must reconsider their entire approach. Do they reshape their case around the remaining witnesses? Do they continue desperately searching for victim 3? Every option comes with serious risks and no guarantees. In a surprising development that initially seemed to favor prosecutors, Judge Aaron Subramanian recently allowed a 5th accuser to testify because her story mirrors accounts from other alleged victims. But this victory feels hollow now. While additional testimony helps establish patterns, court documents indicate victim 3's testimony was unique, containing specific details about coercion that no other witness can provide. This makes her absence particularly devastating for prosecutors. The missing testimony creates exactly what defense attorneys dream of: reasonable doubt. Sex trafficking charges require proving force, fraud, or coercion. Without victim 3's direct account of these elements, jurors might struggle to convict on the most serious charges. Prosecutors now face the nightmare scenario of presenting a case that feels incomplete. While all this drama unfolds in courtrooms and legal offices, Diddy himself sits in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center after being denied bail. The facility is notoriously unpleasant, even by prison standards, a stark contrast to the luxury lifestyle he's known for decades. Yet this unexpected development with the missing witness might be the first ray of hope he's seen since his arrest. The power dynamic of this trial has suddenly shifted. Just weeks ago, the prosecution appeared to have an airtight case built on multiple witness accounts, establishing clear patterns of alleged abuse and trafficking. Now, with a star witness missing and the defense ready to challenge the credibility of remaining witnesses, Diddy's chances look significantly better than they did before. before. This trial was already set to be one of the highest-profile celebrity cases in years. Now it's taken a turn that even veteran court watchers didn't anticipate. As Diddy's team demands answers about Victim 3 by May 9th, prosecutors face mounting pressure. Their once solid case now contains a critical weakness that could potentially allow one of music's biggest names to walk free, despite the serious allegations against him. The prosecution isn't giving up. They're reportedly considering enforcing a subpoena to compel Victim 3's testimony. But even if they locate her, a reluctant witness often makes a poor witness. The damage might already be done. As both sides prepare for opening statements on May 12th, this unexpected development has transformed a seemingly straightforward case into a legal thriller with an increasingly uncertain outcome.